Hey, this is LD. Once again, happy 2026. We are here in a wonderful year of 2026. And I wanted to say thank you for joining the conversation, for watching the channel. We talk about things from photography to watches to things all in between. And I want to say that today, I know I'm a little late with this video for the new year. I'm actually working on a strap review for some straps that I got for some of my watches. So I'm working on a video for that. I know I'm a little late because I've been doing some photography, finally got me back behind the camera. I know I'm a little late because of 9 to 5, some great things going on in the 9 to 5 that made me just, that takes priority. Got to pay these bills, got to move these kits. And I'm also, you'll probably see it a little bit more on wrist on some of these reviews. I'm also working on a long-term wrap-up review of the Timex Atelier Marine M1A watch that I have actually on wrist. So that's the wrist check. But to start off this year in 2026, I want us to kind of remember that it is much easier to be nice, right? It's nice to be important, but it's much more important to be nice. And when I say to be nice, it's to be nicer around people around you. You know, currently, I have found myself in some of the forums, which I avoided a long time ago because, you know, the photography forums, they go crazy. It is what it is. Well, you know what's almost, I can't say almost as bad, but you know what is very similar to the photography forums? The watch forums. Because just like in photography, Nikon, Canon, Sony, Fuji, the Nikon is in the other room. The Sony's over there, back there somewhere. Sorry, there's no Canons. But just like in that space, if you ever go on the forums, that's the best way to say it. If you ever go on the forums, you see all kinds of things. And one thing that jumped out to me during the Christmas or right after Christmas was a message where a guy talks about how he went into his Rolex 80. He asked for a certain watch for a while. And the 80 he felt was playing games, but his wife was able to get that watch. Not the same year, it was an older version of it, but she was able to get that watch for him by Christmas to have it for him for the rest of his Christmas tree. Instantly, he knew that it was a certified pre-owned, so he felt like, well, it's much more than the retail watch, the watch now. There's two of the newer watches there in the AD shop, but you know, he didn't get the call, and he just felt that his wife got taken for a ride because they could have gotten it cheaper. And I'm reminded of a time back maybe 20 years ago where my wife bought me, I want to say it was a Nikon D90 or D80. I think it was a D90. And she had bought it from one of these watch companies, or not watch companies, camera companies up in New York that sell an $800 camera for $800 at the time, but will sell $200 worth of accessories for another $700 on top of that $800 camera, and now you're paying $1,500. And when I got this camera, all I could think about was how my wife, my girlfriend at the time, but my wife got taken advantage of. And I lost sight of the gift. I lost sight of how special, like, instead of being happy that she thought so much of my hobby, thought so much of my loves, thought so much of whatever I was doing at the time, instead of being so happy about that, my passion, I instantly went into the value, the money, how much money. It wasn't money out of my pocket. It was, she thought that I would want this. And she did her best to make sure that I could get it. Why do I stress on this? Because we just came out of Christmas break. And I know some guys have gotten cameras. I know some guys have gotten watches. I know some guys who have gotten all kind of things that they've been following for a long time, and people have bought you those gifts, and instead of enjoying the gift that somebody gave you, you automatically default into how much they spent. It goes along the lines where I've talked about a few videos back where I said, how do you share the gift or share your joy of horology or your joy of photography with somebody else just coming into the hobby, just coming into the business, just coming into the experience? How do you share that? And I think a lot of times we get so caught up into the monetary aspect of the hobby that we forget the passion that comes with the hobby. I said this in one of the comments. I said we get so caught up in the monetary value that we lose the value of the moment. Now, as we go into 2026, with so many things going on, whether it's in the neighborhood, in the community, in the country, in the world, or wherever you're at watching this video, as we go on into that, I want us to continue the discussion of the passion of the hobby. There's so many great things that are going to happen this year. I mean, this year is the 100th anniversary year of Tudor. This year is the 100th anniversary of the Rolex Oyster Perpetual. This year is the 70th anniversary of the Rolex Milgauss. Knock on wood, I hope a Milgauss comes out this year during Watches and Wonders. And my AD, my sales associate, Mary, I've been on the list. And Rachel, the manager, I've been on that list since like last year before anybody even knew of this coming out. So call me, I expect that call. No, but seriously, this year is such a great thing that's coming out, a great thing that's coming this year. And sometimes we just need to take a step back and be grateful, gracious, and happy about all the gifts that are being given to us. So enjoy the moments, enjoy the watches, enjoy the photos, enjoy the moments that come right now this year. And until then, like a fat kid in dodgeball, I'm out.